Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Hope everybody's having a happy Tuesday and enjoyed your Memorial Day weekend. It seemed like it was one of the longest weekends in history for me, maybe because I don't have a job. As you can see from the screen, the passcode to success is 247365, meaning we stay grinding 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You do have most of the channels. This is actually the older screen for the Points Blank Network. But without any further ado, let me go ahead and bring myself in here because we're about to talk about some credits. Y'all ever heard anybody say credits? You know, they don't say credit. They just say credits with an S. So we're going to get away from the points and miles. And what is going on, everybody? I'm using a different camera tonight. See, we got one real homie in the crib, man. Whoever's in here, let me know. So I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. And I'm sure this was I kind of promoted this video a little later, but we're going to do something different tonight, man. You know, points and miles is cool and talking about traveling for free. But in order to get these credit cards, in order to travel for free, in order to get cash back, in order to get points and miles, you have to have some type of credit to be able to do the things you want to do. Like you typically a security card is not going to give you anything where you could use for travel. But once you graduate up to a regular Discover card or a regular Capital One card or a regular Bank of America card, you may get points and miles and may start earning money where you're making your money. You're making your money because you're saving your money and you actually are really traveling for free. And I want people to think about that. And what we're going to do tonight, we're going to talk about from the thunder. We're going to talk about protecting your credit score. A lot of people, you know, and I'll use a different analogy. A lot of people want to be rich. A lot of people want money. And making money is easy, but keeping money is the hard part. And it's the same with credit. But it's a little different because getting a credit score can be a challenge. But also keeping a good credit score is even a bigger challenge because I'll give you a prime example. When you first get good credit, regardless of, I keep moving my computer, regardless of what you're trying to do, when you get good credit, you start getting pre-approved for cars coming in the mail, and you're applying, everybody telling you yes, you could be setting yourself up for a bad situation, and you may start spending more. You may start buying stuff you don't need, and then when you do that, you're going to find out as we go through this live, you're not really protecting your credit score. You actually, if you don't be smart about it, I'm not saying don't go and treat yourself or you build, I would say go buy yourself something nice for just getting your credit score from, say, like Rod, 547 up to 800, 809, whatever I got to. But I would definitely say take the time to protect your credit score. Now, with all that being said, welcome to Points Blank Travel. It's your boy Rod, and on this channel, we talk about credit. We talk about credit cards. We talk about points, miles, cash back, personal finance, and how to travel around the world or around the country for little or no money out of your pocket. If there's something you're interested in, do your boy a favor, subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. Let us know that it's being pushed out to other people. The goal tonight is I want 25 likes. 25 likes. It's been a busy day. Your boy recorded a bit. I'll talk about that in a second. But once you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell. Select all. It's going to default to personalized. Make sure you select all. Hit that thumbs up button. Again, 25 likes. And today, I actually recorded 3 videos and did a reel for TikTok, a reel for a short for YouTube, and was working on a reel for Instagram. So I mean, I'm all over the place right now, and we're gonna keep it that way. Let me make sure these comments working, man. I see people coming in. I don't see who you are. I just see the numbers moving. Let me just type something here real quick. Make me think I'm not even live. So let me put something in here. I know more than one person. Yep. All right. Good. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this, man. For those of you that are coming in and those of you that watch the replay, I am gonna be sharing my screen here. And let's see here. Let me get over here. And I'm gonna try to make it bigger. I hate doing this on the fly. I should have actually, I'm gonna leave it like that. Let me see what it looked like here. Yeah, and you could see it's kind of grayed out where I'm going to be talking about. And this here is we're going to talk about 4 ways to protect your credit score. Now, I did a video on the credit hamburger. A lot of people think that credit score is the main thing. It's not. It's what's in your credit report that is really the bigger picture. You know, if you have a computer that approves you, yeah, they're probably going to go by the score. But if a human is involved, they're going to look and see, you know, hey, this guy has a 725, but he's only had a $500 credit card. He's never financed a car. He's never done this or that. So surely we're not going to let him be a first-time buyer and get a $40,000 car just because he's a 725. He's going to have to work his way up. He only has a $500 credit card. And in that instance, I would say, hey, go take a loan or get an authorized user or have your parents or guardian or someone co-sign for you. But first thing, you want to keep your accounts active. And I've highlighted this because some of this I'm going to read word for word, and then some of it I'm going to not read, and some of them I'm going to give you my opinion, whether I agree or disagree. And so I may be stopping midway. That's kind of why I'm highlighting it. So the easiest thing you can do to protect your credit, the easiest thing is to make sure that you are keeping your credit card accounts active, especially your no annual fee cards. Let's stop right there. You want to keep your credit cards active. This could be a person with 1 card. This could be a person with 3 cards. This could really be a person with 23 cards. Now, I'm going to start with the person with 1 card. With 1 card, they may have that card for emergencies. They may not be a ride which using it for points and miles. It may just be emergencies. And now we're not talking about points and miles. We're talking about protecting your credit score. So if you only use it for emergencies and you don't have an emergency for 2 years, we're going to get out here. This demonstrates by keeping it active and using it, it demonstrates to the issuers that you are utilizing your full lineup of credit cards, 1 or 23, to prevent them from closing any of your accounts. A lot of times they'll close your account. You may not even know it. You may get a letter and you do know it. You may not see the letter. You may not get a letter. You go try to use the card. It's declined. You call them. Oh, yeah, we closed your account because inactivity. What I usually tell people, my suggestion is use your card every quarter. Every quarter. I don't care what you buy. You definitely, the smaller, I mean, I wouldn't say go buy something for $2. You can, but the smaller the amount, the quicker to pay it off. You're showing activity. If you can, maybe use it, maybe keep it in your wallet for 2 or 3 days and use it for a couple of those small purchases, anything $10 or less. You go get a burger or something, you know, use that card, whether you're getting points, miles, whether you're not even getting anything. We recommend, and let's see if Rod recommend what they recommend, using all of your cards at least a few times a year. I just said every quarter, even if you just make a small purchase. I just said that, and y'all, I didn't even read this. I highlighted it, such as coffee or a pack of gum. Gum is what, like $1.89, $2.09 or whatever, get some coffee. Put a small recurring charges like streaming services. If you got your Hulu and you got the special for $6.99, put it on that card that you never use anymore. And as long as it's active and as long as you pay the bill, don't forget to pay the bill. Now, you're going to have that $6.99 being charged as activity on the card. You're all good. Following our #1 commandment of credit card, pay your balance in full on these credit cards after you make these purchases. I just said that. I said it before I read it. Let's just think about this. If you're purchasing a cup of coffee, and a cup of coffee, I'm just gonna go crazy and say $6.35. Why wait till the due date? Why wait for anything other than it to post and all your stuff is on your phone, your apps for Citi, Bank of America, Chase, American Express, the credit unions, the The first convenience banks, they all got apps. Soon as it posts, 6:35, pay it. Don't wait on nothing. Just wait for it to post. Purchase is the 3 P's. Purchase, post, pay. That's how, like, I'm to the point now, I might take a credit card. My PayPal card, it's a debit card. This is what I've been doing. I'm getting 5% at grocery stores. I wait till I get up to the self-checkout. I don't do it in the regular checkout. I go ahead and ring all my stuff up. I think the day it was like $16 and no, it was $18.56. I sit there and transferred $19 from my bank account over to my PayPal, got my 5% rolled out. I'm managing in Rod's way. Rod's way may not be Todd's way. It may not be Sharon's way. It may not be Bobby's way. Everybody's going to do it different, but pay your balance in full on these cards with these small purchases. All right, so we're not going to beat a dead horse. I'm going to go to the second one. And if you have any questions, any comments, please put them in the comments. I cannot see the comments at all right now because I'm strictly, even though it's showing on the screen that I'm here and I'm actually on the screen with the article. So I want to just, I'm going to read this part, and I don't really know what I'm going to read, what I'm going to skip. But during a recession, are we in a recession? I don't really know. I'm going to be honest. Some people say we are. Some people say we're not. Some people say we're headed to one. I feel like I'm waiting on a hurricane or something. I don't know. Will it hit us? Will the recession hit us? Will it miss us? Do I need to prepare? I mean, come on. I don't know. But if it is one, and if everybody thinking it's one, banks and credit card companies will look for any and every way to possibly mitigate risk and prevent delinquencies. What happens during a recession? People get laid off, people lose their jobs, they downsize. And I'm sorry, I'm just going to call a spade a spade. When you look at necessities, when it comes to money dwindling and you're starting to run out of money because you got laid off, you're going to pay for the things you need. Your car note, your rent or mortgage, your groceries, your cell phone bill these days, because you got to be able to communicate. Ain't no more pay phones. You can't just roll up, throw a quarter, a dime in there and call somebody. But credit cards? Ain't nobody worried about paying them in a recession and they'd have lost their job. They paying for necessities. That's what they should call it, a recessity, not recession. It's a necessity that I pay what I need. They have no choice. So how does it translate to them shutting down the accounts? From the issuer's perspective, if the card has been sitting in a drawer unused for the last year, what's the chance the consumer is going to suddenly start using that unless they are in a bind? What Rod said earlier, emergency. Oh, let me get my emergency card. I've had them. Most of the people watching's had them. And then you don't have another emergency. And next thing you know, when you have the next one, it's a possibility it's closed because you haven't used it in a year or two. All right, so I'm not going to dwell on that. I think y'all got the gist. Now, here's a tough one. Pay off debt. The lower if you've ever watched me, the lower your debt, the higher your credit utilization and the higher your credit score. Don't go because you're bored and rack up a huge balance because you wake up on a Saturday and you talk to your homeboy, your homegirl Friday night. They went shopping, and you have a credit card. You can go shopping. You wake up Saturday and go buy all the stuff you don't need, and next thing you know, you're in debt. Especially if you do it 2 or 3, 4 Saturdays in a row. So you want to reduce your debt as much as possible. Now it says up here, pay off debt. I'm going to change pay off, even though some people know that pay off is pay it down, and some people think of pay off as paying it to zero. How about we change this pay off debt to reduce debt? Let's reduce debt. Right here, we're going to reduce debt. We're going to get rid of debt. Now, I'm going to tell you, don't go spend your emergency money trying to reduce debt. You can, because then your car will be an emergency car, but now you're just like a little mouse spinning on a wheel. You're going in circles, or a dog chasing his tail. You're just going in circles. You want to reduce your debt before the next financial downturn. I ain't worried about no recession. But here's what I get asked a lot. A lot of people said, Rob, which card do I pay off first? So we're going to get to that in a minute. Paying out balances now give you additional wiggle room. You'll have one less monthly payment to make. Reducing the debt allows you to save more money in your emergency fund. How many people really do that? Now, I'm going to tell you, some of the people I done ran into, namely myself, when I paid off debt, this is the old Rod, the younger Rod, when I paid off debt, I thought of something I could go buy. I just paid this off. Now I can go get this. I just paid this off. I can go get me a PlayStation. We talking about decades ago. I just paid this off. I could do that. Ain't nobody thinking about no damn emergency fund. Or how about, we're going to pay this off in 2 months. Let's go ahead and get this car. What if life happens in 2 months? And you go ahead and get the car, but you're in a bind because life happened and you didn't save for your emergency fund. Everybody needs an emergency fund. They used to say 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. I'm going to say now, and I've read it a couple of places, I'm going to say it's not 3 to 6. I would say 9 to 12 because it's a lot of people that's getting laid off thinking they can just popcorn Johnny up into the next building and get a job. It ain't quite going like that. Here's a recommended strategy. Prioritize paying debt with higher interest rates. I've had people say, Rod, do I pay the one with the higher balance? Do I pay the one with the highest payment? Pay the one with the highest interest rate, because I'm here to tell you, if your interest rate is 26.99 and your minimum payment is $25 and you pay $25, let's say you just get froggy and pay $30, I'm gonna say $4 to $6, $7 may go toward the principal. The rest going to interest. So when you look at your statement next month and thinking, hey, I may not have 30, but I probably should have at least 27, 28, 25 in there. No, all of it done went to interest. You got $7 worth of available credit because you maxed it out, and the other $23 or $22, it went to the interest. And then same next month. And then just think, if you're only getting $7 going to your principal every single month, in 12 months, you only knocked $84 off this $300 balance, and the interest keep adding up. And boy, oh boy, pay off the highest interest rate first. Then you want to go after that. You want to look at your auto loans and mortgage and personal loans. I can tell you, I used to do it. I think my car note at the time was like $336, and my car prior to that was $400 and something. So what I did, instead of paying $336, I just rounded it up to $400. I was used to doing that. Now my contract said my obligation was $336, but Rod sent $400. What am I doing? That extra money is going toward the principal and not the interest. Now you do want to make sure that's the case, because you don't want to assume one thing and something else is happening. And lo and behold, I paid this car off 6 months early by doing some 6 or 8 months by doing something simple. Here's where it gets a little tricky. I'm gonna pull this one up by itself. It's at the top. Consider right here where I'm highlighting. Consider a balance transfer which moves high interest credit card debt to a card with 0 introductory APR, annual percentage rate, to save on interest payments. That sounds good, but one thing they left out of this is look for how much time you have to pay back, or how long is this 0% introductory, it ain't forever offer. It says 0% introductory APR. It's only going to last so long. It's typically 12 months. Chase will throw 15 months. I think it's one card out there that has 24 months. I can't remember which one it is. And whatever you transfer over, please make sure you can pay it, if at all possible, make sure you can pay it in 11 months. And it may take 12, but if you set a goal to do it sooner, you may do it sooner, but at least you're going to do it by the time. Don't say, I'm going to transfer 5,000 to this 0%, and I'm going to send them $100 a month at 0%. Well, 100 times 12 is 1,200. But you just transferred 5,000. You got $3,800. Yeah, you got rid of 1,200 of it. But why not just move 1,200? Now you don't want to have a balance over here and a balance over there, have a zero somewhere. And I ain't talking about at the end of the ones and twos and 1200s and all that. All right, I'm not going to go over more than that. Be mindful of financial reviews. Boy, this. I could do a whole live stream on this alone, and I think I am, because I want to get some opinions starting tonight. And again, I can't see the comments, and I'm almost done. Financial review. What is that? It's typically most common with American Express. A financial review is when issuers look at and evaluate your financial information and determine if you can manage your credit and repay debt. So there's a couple ways with this here, mindful of financial reviews. If you lied on your application and say you make $100,000 a year and you really make 60, and they give you a $18,000 limit, but you 40,000 short when they do the financial review, the first thing they're going to do is lower your limit. They're going to lower your limit because you don't have $100,000 to pay back. You only have 60. That's 40,000, almost half of what you said. And then not only that, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to be accumulating even more debt. Or when they lower your credit limit and your balance was higher, guess what's going to happen? Your utilization is going to go up. Utilization low, credit score high. Think of that. What is credit utilization? We're going to use simple numbers. Experts say you want it at 30% or less. Rod say 10% or less because life happens. If you have a $1,000 credit card and you have $300 balance, you're 30%. 300 divided by 1,000 is 30%. So that's how you calculate it. Calculate the debt divided by the credit. I mean, that'll give you your utilization. But you definitely, once they lower those, and people wonder, well, man, why my credit score go down? I paid all my bill. Did we forget something? Mary, Johnny, did you forget to pay the car note or something? Why our credit score go down? Well, if you have a credit card, they got $5,000 worth of charges, and your credit limit is $20,000. I'm just trying to use numbers. That's 20% credit utilization. 5 divided by 20, 25%. But if your balance is $5,000 and they drop you half of what you had, which was $18,000, where you told us you're making double the money than you're really making, we're going to drop your credit limit half of what it is now. So we're going to drop it to $9,000. Well, let's use even number. We're going to drop it to $10,000. So from 18 to 10, you owe $5,000. I'm sorry, for 20 to 10. Your credit limit was 20. You had a 25% credit utilization. Now they done dropped it down to 10,000. 5 divided by 10, that's easy. That's 50%. Now your credit utilization is 50%. It's over to 30. Your credit score is going down. People don't think about that. So when financial reviews, so that's if you say you make more money than what you really make. Another one that blow my mind. You do this one how you want to do it. Hold up, man. I had something in my sock. I'm wondering what is this sticking me. Well, I'm sorry, man. You never know what's gonna happen on my life. But let's say life happens, and this blow my mind when they tell creditors, you buy a car, we need POI, which is proof of income. You go and fill out a credit application. You put your gross monthly. You always put your gross. Now, this is a boulder. I don't drop gems or nuggets. I drop boulders. This is a boulder, the first one of the night. When you do your application, gross is how much you pay before taxes, Medicare, Social Security. It's how much you pay. It ain't how much you take home. It's how much you get paid. If you get paid $5,000 a month and you take $3,200 home, you don't make $3,200 a month. You make $5,000 a month. That's what you really make. Keep that in mind. All right, moving back though. It blow my mind because you take the time to calculate what you really make. I done seen people pull out their phone and calculate. Yeah, what financial institutions? What if a month from now they don't have no job because they laid off? Every time I turn on the news, Amazon, FedEx, this place, that place, they laying off 6,000 people. I think I saw somewhere 80,000 people or something. I mean, Now they ain't making nothing. What you gonna do now? You don't know, they know, but they ain't gonna call and tell you, y'all do that how you wanna. But I just always trip me out. Anyway, uh, financial can be triggered. Here's how they can get triggered now. If you only use your credit card for getting an oil change, maybe a pair of shoes, a pair of jeans, or an outfit from your favorite store. They're used to those purchases, they being a financial institution. But you know you about to lose your job, or you think you about to lose your job, and you go and get everything you thought you wanted before you lose your job, and you can't pay the credit card, and they close it. So you go to Best Buy, you buy you a TV, surround sound, what they call them, the bar. You get you a laptop, an Apple MacBook, or whatever, HP. Then you say, hey, we might need a camera when we go on vacation. We ain't got no job. We got plenty of time to travel. And you just put all this stuff on your card right here, making unusually large purchases, maxing out your entire credit limit. If you got a credit card and you ain't got nowhere to go as far as using it, they ain't doing them no good, and you might not pay them back, and you done maxed it out. Man, this dude owes $5,000. He might not even have no money to pay us back. Opening and closing credit cards frequently is called credit card churning. You open, you get the bonus, you close it. You open another one, you get the bonus, you close. That's called credit card churning. You open and closing, you kind of like churning butter. Rapidly increase or decreasing your spending. Like if you just, it goes well. I don't have to read that one. It just goes well. Using most of your credit limit. You don't have to use it all. If you use most of it, it might trigger a financial review. So y'all got the gist of that. The last one. This is one of my favorites because, boy, we've all been hit with this one. Have a plan when applying for new cards. How many times have we, remember, we is me, how many times have we been in a store during the holidays? Now they just do it willy-nilly anytime, but how many times have we been in the store during the holidays and they say, hey, Rod, you applied for the Dillard's card or the Gucci card or whatever, and we're going to give you 10% off your purchase. It sounds good, but you didn't go there to get no credit card. That wasn't part of the plan. The plan was to go get this Gucci wallet that you save for if you ride 12 to 18 months, you've been saving your quarters, your pennies, your dollars, and you finally got enough cash. You go in there and you listen to willy-nilly, Slick Willie over there. He done got you to apply for a card. You mess around and get approved. And then instead of using the cash that you saved, you go ahead and use your new credit card because they give you that option. You get your 10%. Then you take the cash that you saved a year and a half, go out that night and blow it with dinner and drinks and whatever else you might be doing, and blow it in 2 days. And now you got no more cash and you got some debt. And you still got the wallet that you went there for, but you didn't go there to get no debt. You went there to get a wallet using cash and not incurring any debt in your life. Have a plan. Half the time when you go, if they tell you, hey, you're going to get a letter in the mail 7 to 10 days, we're going to have our decision, that the decision is going to be no. It's going to be hell no to the no. It ain't, you ain't got to wonder, you ain't got to guess, you ain't got to say, oh, I wonder how much they're going to give me. Nothing. And that's how they're gonna give you a bunch of words. Sorry, at this time we couldn't approve you, or your credit application was declined. You can contact Equifax, Experian, TransUnion to find out why. And sometimes they'll tell you why. Credit balance, the credit limit too high, debt to income too high. They'll tell you. And then, but we don't work on it. We go to the next store because we just gonna be waiting on that letter. Then when we leave Dillard's, we go to the perfume place, or the cologne place, wherever. And we go in there and they tell us the same thing. You get 10% off. Man, boy, this is my lucky day. I'm getting 10% off everything. And a lot of times they ain't gonna give you the 10% if you don't get approved. It ain't get a 10% if you apply. You apply and you approve. So you go there. Next thing you know, you apply again. I'm not, this is going to be the last scenario because y'all going to get the gist of this. You apply again. They tell you the same thing. You're going to get a letter in 17 days. Okay, 2 letters. Well, what's going to happen here, you about to get 2 declination letters or letters that say you've been declined. If you don't understand that, turned down. Not only are you getting turned down, your emotions just went from Mount Everest to the Grand Canyon. You was on a high because you about to get 2 new credit cards. Instead, you got 2 letters saying you're not getting any credit cards. And then the worst of it all, your credit score dropped because you got 2 new inquiries on your credit and no credit card. Your score going to drop anywhere from 2 to 5 points with a new application. I'm just saying, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to go backwards. When you apply for a credit card, why? Well, I know I'm going to be not eating out. I'm going to be buying groceries, cooking at home. I'm going to be living healthy. I'm going to Whole Foods, Sprouts, wherever else that people go to eat healthy. And I'm going to be I need me a grocery card. Wait, the American Express Blue Cash Preferred give you 6% at grocery stores up to $6,000 a year. 1 quarter out the year, there's a high possibility Chase or Discover will give me 5%. Let me look at those cards. And when you go to the mall and you go to your favorite clothing store and they say, hey, Rod, we'll want you to get, you want to apply for a nope. I don't even let them finish the sentence. Because once you interrupt them, you done throw them off. Rod, would you like to apply for no, I'm good. Oh, okay. You don't want to save 10%? Nah, man, that's really, in Texas, that's just the taxes. Taxes 8.75. So in all actuality, I'm getting 1.25 off this purchase. Oh, I never thought of it that way. Well, you think about it, keep bringing me up, let me get up out of here. Think about it. So the next person will tell you, no, you'll understand. Or maybe somebody will tell you, yeah, you said you finally got somebody. Anyway, have a plan when applying for cards. I'm going to go kind of backwards here. Be mindful of financial reviews. Try not to lie. I want to say don't lie. I can't tell nobody what to do, but try not to lie. Don't make up nothing. And if you do, that's on you. I ain't going to tell you what to do, how to do it, because I don't know. Reduce debt. Remember, we got rid of the paying off. We don't want nobody to think it's impossible. We want to reduce debt. I ain't talking about reducing for $2, but reduce. And the last thing, which is actually was the first thing, is keep your accounts active. 0%. Why are you going to get mad and not use a 0% card when not 0%, zero annual fee? You don't even get the charge. You don't have a $95 annual fee or $45. You have a 0 annual fee, no annual fee. That was a card you want to keep. I don't care if they don't give you an increase in your credit limit. And typically those cards may be your oldest cards, which is another part of your credit score, your average age of accounts. You got to know the game, man. You can't play a game if you don't know the rules. I always say that. What I'm going to do right now is jump in here. I see we got 5 real homies in the crib. We're going to jump in here, man. And again, if y'all have any questions, if y'all want to talk about anything else, credit card points, miles, we can do that, because just because I thought of something and I put it on a thumbnail, that's what I'm thinking about. But I'm here for everything. And if I don't know, hey, man, I got 2 places I can go. I can go to 2 different schools. I can go to Google University or YouTube State College, baby. And we're going to find answers together. There's never been a live stream where I didn't learn. Let me see who up in this thing, man. Let me look and see who in this thing. All right. And make sure y'all check out my other channel, man. Investing with Rod. We're pretty close, man. About 51 subscribers from being at 1,000 over there. And we have, oh, that's me. I'm tripping. I would say, who first? I was, because I didn't think it was working. Wasn't nobody in here. Vince, what's up, my man? Says, checking in, shipmate. This is bound to be a classic. Well, hopefully it is. And that's why I'm trying to keep it short. We've been on 35 minutes. I don't want this to be over an hour and 15 minutes. So hopefully it is a classic, man. Y'all going to determine that. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Let a brother know that you're up in my crib. I usually say ring the doorbell, and that's hitting the like button, because, think about a cookout. They smell the good food. People forget to ring your doorbell. They just come in your house. Hey, how y'all doing? Because all they just ready for the good time. So make sure y'all ring my doorbell before you come in the crib. And Vince said, why does our community promote using your credit for emergency purposes only? That's so damn backwards. And that's probably why some of your big wigs, some of your people that have money and make money, use their credit cards for points, mile. And you don't have to be rich, but how do you get rich? Don't spend no money. How do you not spend no money? Travel for free. I mean, it's not rocket science, but you're right. And I don't know who created emergency purposes. I know I did it. But once I learned the points a mile game, I have a car for some emergency purposes. But most of my car is going to be for traveling for free. So that's a good question, man. Good point. I'm going to start it. I'm probably come back to that. And what's up, most hated bronze, flat power guard? What's up, my man? Says, giving me a salute. Flex, fire everyone. What's going on, man? I gotta make sure, man. I know we ain't at the end because I saw some more comments. And we got my sister, Charlene, here. Charlene, I still want to do that co-hosting thing. Greetings to everyone in the house, man. Thank you so much. Still want to do that, man. We'll talk about it. I'll shoot you my number again. Or look back in my IG for your number, but still want to do that. And we got my sister in here, investing young lady, and I got to watch her latest video. I did see I forgot which one it was. FBTC. I probably didn't comment. I got to go back and comment. She did a live over there, and that was pretty good. So definitely check out Lisa J. Stock with the salute. And Vince said that's a big nugget about not waiting to pay. Hey, first of all, Vince, you know I don't drop no nuggets and gems, man. Hey, I drop boulders. At least you said it was a big nugget. It was a boulder, baby. My first CC, you're going to see acronyms here. I'm going to break them down for you. My first credit card was for $300, and I thought that was my limit for the month. Oh, no, it's your limit for every month till you prove that you can pay more. Lisa says, I agree with you. I go for the highest interest rate. Yes, man. And I wouldn't expect anything from Lisa because she understands finance. She has a whole YouTube channel that she teach finance, and she's on Instagram. So, yeah, man, interest is a person that cares about their money. It's their kryptonite. Interest, if you care about your finances and you're one of the people that's talking about generational wealth and you're an investor, or you want to learn how to invest, think of interest rates and fees as your kryptonite. It's too many low interest rates when they need to be low. There's too many places you can get high interest rates, such as high yield savings accounts when they need to be high. It's just too much. It's too much out there and too many things you can get for free. And what's up, Devin? Channel member says, hey, Rod, how are you? What's going on, my man? And Lisa speaking is waving. Devin said, last Saturday, I got approved for my 6th Capital One card. What'd you get, man? Curious. And high usage on one card is a good time to do a balance transfer, help the usage by paying off one card. Yep, it will help your credit utilization. I've also heard some people may look at your utilization individual cards, and some people look at your overall utilization. So keep that in mind. What's up, Alicia? Thank you for being here. Says Capital One be handing out cards like water. I have 6 too. Not like water. I don't know, man. Capital One. I'm invested with Capital One. I actually own some of their stock, and they're actually moving on up. I mean, when they came out with that Venture and Saver One and Venture One and Venture X, they started moving into a different direction. I mean, they still deal with the challenge credit and new credit, but they started making a big change. And Devin says, I've been applying for new credit cards mainly to help with upcoming medical expenses and prescriptions. So let me ask you a question, Devin. I like this comment. You've been applying for new cards because you have medical expenses and prescriptions. What about the current cards that you have? Because I know you've been saying you've been getting a lot of credit limit increases. What about the current cards you have? And if you're paying them in full and they're increasing your credit, why open new cards? Why not just use the cards you already have with higher credit limit? I'm just asking. I mean, I'd like to know the strategies, man. Vince says, senior, how many cards do you think is necessary in each category? Rod did it where I had probably 2 or 3 in each category, which is dumb. I'm going to be the first to tell you that's stupid. I would say try to get one card that covers multiple categories, meaning like my business gold card from American Express. It covers groceries. I'm sorry, gas and gas and eating out. My gold card or even my everyday preferred covers grocery stores. I get 3 times the points at grocery stores with everyday preferred, and I get 4 times the points with my American Express personal gold. So right there with 2 cards, I'm getting the 3 big categories. Now, depending on what your category is. Is your main category transportation, like Uber or the subway or buses? Is that how you get to and from work? It's really depending on your lifestyle. I can answer how I do it, but it's hard to answer for everybody. Air, hotel, cash back, 0% interest, member points. So how do I get, well, air and hotel, I'm leaning toward getting away from those because air, what I earn on air, hotel, the Hilton card's pretty good. Marriott, not a fan of. Hyatt it's good when I'm staying at Hyatt, but air and hotel, because I can use my Chase card and cover all that. I can use my Chase card and fly, go to the Chase Travel Portal, fly American. It will count toward my loyalty points, and I'm getting a 25% discount. Or I can go to Hyatt, and instead of paying $300 for a room, I can get upgraded and also may pay 10, 12,000 points. And I'm doing this with one card. I just took care of air and hotel with one credit card. What else you had? You had cash back. I can also get cash back with that Sapphire Preferred card. I can get 1 cent equal 1 point equal 1 cent, 0% interest. It's going to be introductory. I don't expect to get that, but if I pay my bills on time and full each month, I'm getting 0% anyway. And member points. So I already covered that. After having multiples of each, I'm not sure where to go after gardening for 1.5 years. Gardening, in case y'all don't know, that means you're not applying for any credit cards. He's not out there, growing okra and corn and all of that. So when you see gardening and we're talking about credit, it just means they're not applying. Even after 1.5 years, one of the things I would recommend right now, don't try to get every card out there. And don't try to win. There's no Olympic category that says who got the most credit card, you get a gold medal. I remember I got up to 32 credit cards, and that was way too many. And when I say hard to manage, I had to manage it down, but it was overlapping. I had spent more time trying to decide which card to use for groceries because I got 3 cards for groceries. Which one do I use? It was depending on which one, but it was too much to think about. And Trenton, what's going on, man? What's up, PBT? Let's roll again. Let's roll, baby. You know how we do it over here. I ain't even said in my intro, man. Must have been excited about talking to y'all. Questions. You said you used to sell cars. Yes, I sold cars. I was also a internet sales director, sales manager, and sales director. Was it at a Toyota dealership in Dallas? No, I was at a Chevrolet dealership and a Hyundai dealership. Not a Toyota. I've owned a Toyota and about 6 Lexuses, but I never worked at one. You trying to find me, Trent? All right, man. We got Sig. What's going on, Sig? Sig, I was in your live, man. And I think I watched a video after that. Hello, all. How you doing, Sig? How was your weekend? When you going on another trip, Sig? I'm gonna put it out here right now, man. Now you ain't got to answer. But I'm just going to let you know, I want to interview you on the Points Blank Experience. I've been talking about this since 2023 when I went on the Midnight Crew. We need to make that happen now. Alicia says, I have Saver in all the ventures too. Well, you could be really doing some big things, Alicia. If you have the Saver, you should be earning 4% cash back or 4 times points, however they word it, for entertainment and restaurants, I think. And ventures, minimum, you get 2 times the points on anything. And it depends on which, do you have a Saver 1 and the venture 1 or the regular Saver and the regular venture? There's 2 levels, maybe 3. I think Devin said 3 levels of the Saver. So, but you can make those work. You can travel. The only thing with Capital One, Boulder, Again, Vince, I don't drop no nuggets, baby. Boulders. And this is a boulder alert with Capital One. Notice I just said with Chase that you get 1 cent per point. With American Express, you do not get 1 cent per point. With Capital One, you do not get 1 cent per point. There is a way with American Express. I don't know about a way with Capital One, but you typically get 0.6 cent per point if you redeem it for cash. I had the Venture card. I got rid of it. I used it for the Meet and I cruise, but I didn't. I like to have options. What's my favorite word? Options. I'm like too short. I just don't say the word he say, but that's my favorite word. And what I mean by options, I love a credit card and Chase. The way I got Chase set up right now, even my American Express set up, I can use points to travel, which I predominantly do, or if I'm in a bind, I can take those points, transfer them to my Chase bank account, and have cash, 1 cent, 1 point. Easy way to understand these points and stuff. Let me go ahead and boulder number 3. I've said it in the last 2 or 3 live streams. All you have to do, and I'm not going to say decimal and sound all bougie, I'm going to say period. Take the period and put it at the end of however many points you got. So you got 5,000 points. You go to the 5, the 0, to 0, to 0, and you put a period at the end of it. Move that period to the left 2 times. Move it once, move it twice. Now you got 50, period, 00. 5,000 points equal $50. That's all you have to do, man. And you know exactly what you're doing. So let me go back up here. I want to read 6 hour schedule, just been hectic. I'll get with you. Okay, and I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but Sig is dope. I did have a chance to interview her with 2 of her co-hosts on the Cruise Kidbits. Hey, I saw you had like 8,000-9,000 subscribers, Sig. If you still in here, man, I like, boy, you shot up. I noticed that yesterday. All right, let me go back up here. Look like we got some comments and questions. All right, you have the Bass Pro Shops MasterCard. It's different than most credit cards because it has a 9.99% for Cabela's and Bass Pro Shops and 1 APR for all the purchases. Okay, so a different APR. I know it ain't 1%. So you get 9.99% if you shop at Cabela's or Bass Pro Shop, and a different percentage everywhere else. Okay, well, at least you have a reason. You have a strategy. 9% on a credit card if you carry a balance is way better than 26. Vince says, I remember going on Credit Sesame and Experian. I ain't never heard of that. And Experian and applying for cards just because I was getting approved. Jacked up my inquiries, but now I have many credit cards that help with history and decrease impact on new credit. Yes. Average age of accounts. The longer you have a card, the better it is. And then every time you get a new card, that average age of accounts go down. Quick example, if you have a card that you've had, I don't want to go too crazy. Let's say 5 years. You have a card you had for 5 years. Your average age of accounts is 5 years. You have one card, had it 5 years. When you go apply for a new card, you've had the first card 5 years, the second card no years. You divide, instead of 1 divided by 5, it's still going to be 5. 2 divided by 5 is going to be 2.5. So now your average age of accounts is 2.5 years, not 5 years, because you got a 5-year card and you got a 0-year card. Keep that in mind, man. We're dropping a lot of boulders tonight. Hopefully, y'all, I always tell people, man, bring a number 2 pencil, because sometimes I be talking fast. You might have to erase it. You may go back and watch the replay and I said something different than what you thought. And bring a notebook. You can be the back of an envelope. It can be a notebook. If you in a recession right now, because I don't know if we are or not, write on the back of a bunch of envelopes. If you know you pay online and they send you stuff in the mail, then take that envelope they want you to mail your check in right on the back of it. I mean, you'd be surprised. I bet you. No, it ain't one in here, but I know in the front, what I do with my work and prepare for these, there's some envelopes. I don't even know what's wrote on them. Devin says, I watch my credit usage because of my cards I have my mom as an authorized user, AU as authorized user, or I am an authorized user and joint credit cards due to my mom's usage. Okay, pretty cool, man. Y'all working together there. I meant to say venture exit. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped this one. I have 3 Capital One cards, the Quicksilver One, Quicksilver, and Saver card. How do you get the Premier Capital One card like the venture card without getting denied? First of all, I want to say this, Trending. I think you were around when I dropped this video. I dropped a video, and the name of it, the title was "Don't Get Stuck in the Mud." And what I was talking about is exactly, I've seen 2 instances on here of what people are doing. So you meant the venture X instead of the venture. And what I meant by stuck in the mud is don't get stuck with one credit card company. Diversify. What's my favorite word? Options. Options can be diversification. You now, this is the way Rod look at it. You got 3 Capital One cards. I don't know if you have any more. 3 with Capital One is enough. Alicia says she has 6. That's way more than enough. What I would do is look at product changing, maybe the Quicksilver One or the Saver, or the Capital One, the Saver, Quicksilver, and see if I can transfer that to the Venture X. I mean, convert it over to the Venture X. They may say no, but then here's what Rod gonna do. I'm not gonna get stuck in the mud with Capital One. I'm not gonna keep playing with them because I've proven to Capital One that, and I proved to the rest of the credit world, I have 3 credit cards. I'm paying them all. They have low balances. I done had them 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, whatever years. I'm going to another institution. I'm going to visit American Express, Chase, maybe Citi, possibly Bank of America, US Bank, maybe my credit union, if they have a card that I like. I'm going to look somewhere else, and I'm going to get me a premium card. It may not be the Capital One Venture X. I never had the Capital One Venture X because I thought for $395, I wasn't getting my money's worth. That don't mean you won't get your money's worth, Trent. But what I'm trying to tell you is, don't get stuck in the mud. If they, what people, here's a perfect example. And this is what I did / do. People will call Capital One and say, hey, I want to apply for a credit limit increase. And people hear this quite a bit. Sorry, but you're not eligible for a credit limit increase right now. And people get furious. They get so mad. They may curse out the representative. No, they don't curse them out. They cuss them out. They may cuss out the representative. They just may have a whole meltdown. But why? The best thing to do, you sitting on a 680 credit score. I ain't gonna even say something. You sitting on a 670, 680 credit score. You got 3 credit cards that you've been paying, ain't got really no balance. Go to another credit card and apply for one of their premium credit cards. They may even make you apply for one of their beginners. Get your foot in the door. Who cares? A lot of them will say, okay, yeah, he's doing pretty good over there. He had him about 4 or 5 years. He's showing responsibility. I'm going to go here. I may not go for the platinum American Express. I might go for the gold. I might go for the everyday preferred. But what happened? I didn't get mad. I didn't jack up and close my oldest Capital One card. I kept my cool, and I didn't get no credit limit increase over here, but I went over here and applied and got a $5,000 credit limit with a whole new card, and make sure you have a strategy that I can benefit from. And I'm rolling, man. I'm rolling with Rush. What do I say? Let's roll, baby. I'm rolling. All right. Devin says, I have also been paying down promotions and some of my mom's debt I transferred to my cards due to most of her cards are maxed out. Okay. Yeah, y'all got to get a hold of that, man. It sounds like y'all had a good plan. Now, when you said that maxed out, that made me a little nervous, Purvis. Trend. I just product changed my Saver to the Venture. There you go. There you go. That's what I said, and that's what he did. We got 7 real homies in the crib. For those of you who just came in, it is your boy rocking on Poisture, right? Blank Travel. I am Rod, the host that sometimes does the most. And we are talking about 4 ways to protect your credit. You know, we talk about points, miles, and credit cards, but how do you get those credit cards? How do you get to that plateau? You got to have a decent credit score. You don't have to have a great one, but you got to have a good one. You know, some 650s will work, 670, 680, you should be good. You go to get some of the super duper premium, you might want to be over 700. But it's easy to come in here and talk about what Rod did with his points and miles or what Key did with her points and miles, but how about we get more people to the point where they can earn points and miles? Let's get more people to, because I'm gonna tell you, man, it's hard to get good credit, and it's so easy to mess it up. Hard to obtain, easy to let it slip right out your hands. And I'll be honest, when I got an 800 credit score, I was very uncomfortable. I liked my 700 something, 740, 750. Reason and what's up, meaning I reason I didn't like the 800 credit score, and I didn't like it. I was nervous, I was worried. And people, you look all over YouTube, how to get a 800 credit score. Oh, I can't wait till I get 800. I want an 800. And I'll do a video to say I don't want no 800. Why? It was too perfect for me. And my thought process, I don't know if y'all ever noticed, you can make a whole bunch of payments on time and your credit score may go up 2 points, but miss a payment and it nosedive down 20 points. Well, the higher your score, the farther it's going to drop. So if you're rolling with an 809, that's where I was. Notice I said was. I don't know how I messed it up because I ain't missed a payment. I think I applied for something. But if I'm at an 809 and I miss one payment, I might go to a 729. Now I ain't got too much room to slip. I'm going to be below 700. I done worked all this time for it, but I'm over here messing up. So I didn't like that 800. It had me too pressured. Oh, I can't miss nothing. And I got 32 cars. I'm keeping up with 32, and I'm using every one of them, from popcorn to ribeye steaks. I was using credit card, anything, popcorn, Slurpees, Doritos, Fritos, Cheetos. It didn't matter to me. I was getting points. I don't care. One point a dollar, and I was spending $1. I got one more point than I had. Anyway, let's move on here. Let's move on. Right. That was some good advice. I'm going to move around, especially now I'm in the 700. Because there you go. Yeah, man, don't get stuck in the mud, man. Take them boots off, man. They got a song. I don't even know the word. If I did, I wouldn't sing it because I'm tired of hearing it. No, they talking about boots on the ground. Well, I'm telling you, take your boots off. Don't get stuck in the mud. There's a way to get stuck in the mud to have some boots on. Take them boots off. Take your socks off. Walk barefooted through the mud and move around, man. You in the 700 club. He got over a 700 credit score. They turned their nose up to me. Now I'm going to return the favor. And you know what? This is how I like to make people say, right, how do you make credit fun? This is what I'm going to say. You're going to return the favor, the favor, and move on from the saver card. You're going to return the favor, and you might have your Chase Sapphire Preferred that got a $95 credit limit. Not a credit, a $95 annual fee. You might get I don't know, every American Express everyday card, no annual fee, you're earning points. Man, don't let them have you over there sliding in the mud. And Capital One good at that, man. They'll have you in there what they call ecosystem, and then they forget you in the ecosystem. Y'all, I got a card right now that I've had about 15 years with Capital One. I started out with a 500 credit score, and I got a 759, and it ain't moved. And then I got a venture card with $18,000 credit limit with Capital One. Then I left them and I started getting crazy credit limit, no credit limit, $35,000. I was like, boy, I'm walking around with a $250,000 worth of credit. But I wasn't nervous because I had discipline. I wasn't buying nothing. I look at a bunch of stuff. Boy, I look a store to death. If they got paid by the looks, boy, they'd have been exceeding all financial expectations because Rob was in there window shopping like a mug. I wasn't buying nothing. I went to somewhere in California and bought some groceries. No, I bought some, back when I bought some cognac and went to pay for it. And the dude said, I don't know if you're from here, but it's 10 cents or 15 cents for the bag. I said, man, you crazy as hell. Just give me my cognac. Just give me the bottle. I don't need no bag. They but one thing. Then I went to the grocery store. I had like 20 items. They was all in the shopping cart individually. Hey, no bag. I ain't paying for no damn bags. Anyway, Sipping with Me tonight, part of the alliance is in the house. Says, what's up, PBT? Peace to the chat. Lisa J. Them little emojis, man. I'm gonna have to give me some binoculars to look at them little emojis. But it look like a smiley face. And Devin said, Trent, select your Capital One card, then go to, okay, yeah, you telling him how to do that. I'm going to keep it on. Capital One allowed me to transfer two of my credit limits to another card to increase that credit limit. A lot of institutions will do that. They'll let you move what they call move credit. Let's say you got a card you really don't use. It's got a $10,000 limit. You got a card that you really like. You didn't know you were going to like, but now you found out you like it. It's got a $2,000 limit. Call them and see will they take 8,000 of that card that you don't really like or use and move it over to one you use and kind of swap it around. It's the same thing. One card got 10,000, the other one got 2. It don't matter which cards. Increase that credit limit. Does other institutions allow you to do that? That if you have multiple cards? Yes, there are. I can't name them right now, but there are. And I just said it even before I read that part. There are other institutions that will let you move credit or transfer credit to another card. Sometimes if you get declined or denied, you can say, hey, well, I have a Chase Sapphire Preferred card here with a $15,000 limit. If I'm willing to reduce that to $10,000, can I possibly get a new card with 5,000 or 2,000, 3,000, just to get your foot in the door? Paying off a card I am authorized to use by balance transfer to my USAA and Shop Your Way MasterCard raised my score about 40 to 75 points. Okay, so you paid off a card, you were an authorized user with a balance transfer. So you paid off a credit card, but moved it to another credit card. And that credit card showed that you had zero balance, no credit utilization. Okay. And then to the USA and the Shop Your Way. All right, I'm gonna say this here, man. I ain't going against what Devin did. I'm gonna talk about the pros and the cons of what I see with this. Just my opinion now. This is Devin's card. Devin money, he can do what he want to do. And Devin's extremely intelligent when it comes to these. I'm looking at this. Yeah, you paid off a card and your credit score went up 75 points. That makes sense. But then when you transfer the balance to 2 more cards, you want to have a high credit limit so it don't mess with the credit utilization on those cards too much. Not sure how I raised it because all you did was transfer debt from one card to 2 other cards. But I think credit limit and all that will come into play with that. So, yeah. I don't believe in moving credit to pay credit. It's just like I don't even think I may have done 1 or 2 videos about balance, that a card had balance transfer, but you don't see me do a full thing about that. I may, but I'm not a fan of it because what they used to say or still say is putting a Band-Aid on something. Now, again, Devin may have a hell of a strategy. I don't know. But if Rod did that, I would look at it as putting a Band-Aid. I want to heal the wound. I don't want to put a Band-Aid on. All right, we got Pretty Tim in the crib, one half of Event Yours YouTube channel. Make sure you check them out. Pretty Timmy and Tanya, they are Event Yours. What's good, family? Pretty Timmy in the building. Hello to everyone in the chat. Y'all show love to Pretty Timmy. And Vince, I'm looking into doing that because I have a stolen car which has a $32,500 credit limit. Now, okay, so you're looking at doing that. You're looking at moving it to, okay, now I'm going to tell you this here now. You can't move no store card to like American Express. American Express don't even have store card or Chase. Now, a lot of time people will see a certain card that have American Express at the bottom. That don't mean it's American Express card. They're using the American Express payment network. It's not necessarily a American Express card. Even with American Express, I'll give you an example. You cannot product change from an airline card to a charge card. They won't let you do it. They won't even let you do it from a personal card to a business card. So Devin or whoever's saying this here, okay, that was Devin saying it to Vince. I mixed it up. Well, I don't know if that'll work, Devin. I'm curious, man. Let me know if that worked for you or not. And we got part of the Alliance, another members of the Alliance in the house at Points Blank Travel. What's up, Rob? Peace to the chat, man. And channel members as well. Man, I got to go through, man. I noticed yesterday, man. And then I saw an email. And that's what happened. I was putting memberships on whatever cards was in my wallet. And these cards are starting to expire. And even though they got the same number, that particular card, for some reason, it won't work. So I got to go back and update. For anybody that I've lost memberships with, if you're still active, the Griffins and Meet and I and all that, then I definitely got to go back and fix that. And we are talking about four ways to protect your credit. And if it's any other comments or questions, we are going to be wrapping this up shortly. Please, last call for comments. Put them down in the comments section. I know we've talked about tips on here. And I'm shifting gears, whether it's this channel or Investing with Rod. I'm shifting gears because I want to, if you have a points and miles channel, it's cool to talk about points and miles, but let's talk. You want to talk about more than just points and miles. How do you get to the points and miles? You get them with credit card. How do you get the credit card? You get good credit. Let's talk about it all, not just a portion. It's certain words I won't say, like bad credit or your credit's tanked or they turn you down. I have other words to say, you have challenge credit or you were denied. Because what I don't want to do is it turned down just mean like you just don't stand a chance, never will. So, and then when it comes to these cards, I also talk about everybody don't want to travel. Everybody don't travel. So what about a cashback card and you want to save for your favorite purse? You want to save for your favorite shoes or favorite wallet. You want to do like Rod and invest your money and make your money feel like pancakes at IHOP. That's what I'm doing. And I recorded 3 investment videos and new positions I moved into, meaning I bought stock in these 3 different companies. Well, I think it was 3 companies and 1 ETF. And I recorded 3 separate videos for that today for Investing with Rod. I just got to edit and drop them. But let me get back in here. Vince says, salute to the big dog at Devin Masker. You making boss moves. Yes, he is. Salute, Devin. And I agree with, we need to get it all. Yep, Pretty Timmy said we need to get it all, man. Not just a piece of the pie. I want the whole enchilada, baby. What am I going to do with a 1 enchilada? I'm going to still be hungry. Give me the whole enchilada. I'm going to be full. I ain't going to even finish. And that's how I look at finances and all of this. And some people, I've heard people say, well, Rod, I really don't care about finance. I just want to know how to travel for free. News alert, bold alert, whatever kind of alert you want it to be. This is part of finances. If you're trying to travel for free, you're trying to save money so you can do something else. That's finances, ladies and gentlemen. All day, every day. I have a degree in business with a major in business, a minor in finance. So that's finance. I had 0% balance transfer offers, and I had a 0 balance on my USA, which has an $8,000 limit, and about $350 balance on my Shop Your Way, which has a 9.9K limit. Okay, so you took a maxed out card, transferred it to 2 cards, one with $8,000, one with a $9,900 credit limit, and your utilization didn't go over the threshold of 30%, and then you got one down to 0. Now it makes sense. And that's all I ask. If you put it down there, 9 times out of 10, it'll make sense to me. And when it does, then I'll go back. So that makes sense. Hey, man, a couple of things I want to put out before we get out of here. Again, this is the last call. You got to comment or a question, man. Just think about it like this. If you have a question, people are only going to see your name. There's a high possibility you ain't going to never meet this person, never see them, and they ain't going to remember your name. So don't be that person. This ain't high school or college. You ain't in the classroom. Don't be afraid to ask a question, thinking that if you ask a question and it don't make sense or it don't come out right, people are going to make fun of you. Like, these people don't know you. They only know me because I'm on here all the time. They don't know me. The majority of people never met me. But ask the question, because I guarantee you, number one, is somebody else in here with the same question, or you've been wanting to know this, can't find the answer, and I may have the answer, or Devin may have the answer, or Pretty Timmy may have the answer, or Vince, Griffins, me tonight, something, you never know. You used about $3,250 on both cards, okay. Put some over here, some over there. Yeah, you didn't exceed, not even maybe 10%, depending on how you did it. So makes sense, man. And this, y'all, I say it all the time. This is a art. Now, if you just want to get a credit card for emergencies, that's not an art. It's still sort of here because you want to use it so they don't close. But to take advantage of everything, people will say, and people often say cash is king. Yes. But credit is the whole monarchy. It's the king, the queen, the prince, the princess, the kids, whatever they are, princes and princesses, I guess, the butlers. It's everything. Matter of fact, when Elon Musk bought Twitter, you may or may not know this, if I'm not mistaken, he financed some of that. He could have paid for it in cash. Dude got billions. No, why am I spend my money? I can use my credit. And then what about people that don't have, say, $100,000 to start a business, the business of their dreams? They got 75,000 and they ready to start now because it's popping. They got good credit. They may be able to go get a business loan or a regular loan for the other 25,000. But if all they got is cash and no good credit, they got to stay stuck at 75,000 until they get to 100, until they save to 100. Could be 1 month, could be 2, could be 3. But if you got good credit, could be that evening. You apply this morning, hey, come pick up your check this evening. We'll have it ready, Rod. It's no better feeling, man. So look at all this as finance, but protecting your credit score. And it is some devious people out here, man. Some devious people that are calling our phones, that are sending us letters, this is about your final expenses, and do you get Medicare? And you got people, it got to be working because they wouldn't keep doing it, that are giving up their whole life savings, everything they ever worked for, to somebody that took 10 to 20 minutes to rip off everything they worked for years. Devin says, a smart tip I do when I have a promotion, I take what I owe and how long I have left of the promotion to get the average payment. There you go. I need to do each month to get it paid off by the deadline. So what Devin is saying, if he has a 12-month balance transfer and he know he can pay $100 a month, he's going to transfer $1,200 of that debt because he know he can pay $100 a month times 12, $1,200. I'll tell you what Rod like to do. And let me try some real quick here. I can do it on my phone, but y'all bear with me. I'm just typing something in. All right, I think I got some here. Do it like that. I'm gonna share my screen again because I want us to look at something together. We got 7 real homies still in here. Actually, let me do this and let me. All right, I'm almost there, y'all. So I had to do something, get rid of something to get some. All right, so we're gonna do this here. This is how I would tackle this. Safety better than sorry. All right, let me take this down so we can see this together. Now, so we said we had a $1,200 balance, and we know we can pay $100 a month. It's $1,200. Here's what Rod's gonna do. I'm gonna take that $1,200. I'm going to divide it by the number of months. We just said 12, but I want to do 11. $9 more a month. Give up 1 cup of coffee or 2 donuts or whatever I got to give up to pay $9 extra a month, and I can pay it off a month early. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why did I choose 11 months? Let's do something. Let me do one other thing here. I want to say this is going to be 120, but I'm pretty sure it is. Yep. Or I can pay it off in 10 months, but I'm going to say 11. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm going to say 11. Reason being is you want to give yourself cushion because life happens. What if life happened and everything you got to use for life happening, and you can't pay that last month, or you can only pay a part of it. There are some places that will go all the way back and charge you interest from the first month up to where you are now if you don't do the obligation that, hey, I'm going to transfer this, but I'm going to pay it in 12 months. Credit card, maybe not, but it is some places out there that will do that. All right, I'm going to read this here, and then I may have already read it. Yep, I did. All right, let me make sure, y'all. We're going to get ready to raise up, man. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for all the people that hung out with me. Thank you for the viewers. Thank you for the subscribers. Thank you for the people that have yet to subscribe, thinking about it, but haven't pushed that little black button down there. Make sure you subscribe. Again, a lot more heat, all the channels. I would definitely look at and subscribe to Investing with Rod, because I'm showing you stuff over there that goes against everything people thought about investing. They thought you needed a lot of money, thought you had to have a financial advisor. I'm showing you how to, I'm not doing it, I'm showing you how to do it so you can do it on your own. But man, just tell people, man, right now, I'm telling you, I'm partially retired. And I joke and say, I'm like, Tommy, I don't have a job, blah, blah, blah. And I remember when I first was put in this position, I was upset, I was mad, I was worried. Could I really make it off YouTube full time? I'm going to tell you, man, now I'm glad, because at the point right now, I'm prepared for it. I've been semi-retired for 2 years. So a lot of people right now, and I invested, which really helped a lot. What about the people that didn't invest or only invested a little, just started investing and don't have a side hustle or something to fall on? That is stressful. So check out Investing with Rod. Keep checking out Point Spring Travel. The only thing I want to do on this channel is I want to see everybody come up, everybody rise to the occasion. With that being said, make sure y'all check out all the channels. Have a great night, like Devin is saying, and I will be coming at y'all soon. Hope you have a blessed and prosperous rest of your week. I will be dropping more heat, more fire, more knowledge, and showing you how to go on travel with little, I'm about to say invest, travel with little, no money out of your pocket. Hope you have a blessed and prosperous weekend as I end each and every video and live stream. Shoot for the moon. If you don't make it, you will be amongst the stars. Y'all have a good one, everybody. I will see you soon. Peace. Much love, y'all. Have a good one. And we out of here. I ain't doing no music or no nothing. We out of here. Much love.